Dun, 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 dun. Hello, everyone, and welcome to SeanDon's Fish Nook in his Horde House over here in the WoW universe in our AP Menagerie neighborhood on the Horde side. Lotaro Gar! Welcome, Msoul. I'm Venus Callida, here to host today's Riddle Me a Seafood Feast in SeanDon's Fish Nook Riddle Me Din Din episode. And I just wanna tour you around because it looks really cute in here. Okay, look at this. He's got all sorts of cauldrons bubbling with all sorts of stocks and soups and stuff, and his treasures of the sea over here, and his little puppers over there. All this stuffies too. I just love it. So I want to send a special shout out to my guildie and fellow community member here on my YouTube and on my Twitch channels, SeanDon, aka Rhainman. So Rhainman, thanks for letting us have a look inside your kitchen. And yes, and I'm so excited to show you all the things that SeanDon has set up here and the decor for housing in WoW. We're gonna bring it to life. We're gonna bring it to all your human kitchens out there. No portals required. Now, I am, because of how I've had to set up the stream feed today, I feel like I need an extra monitor. So if by any reason someone out there is trying to talk to me, I don't know if I can do this. I'm gonna try to sneak the chat over to the other side. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, what I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna try to make it like really skinny so that you can't see it. Okay, I'm trying my best to try to fit things in. I really need either a bigger monitor or like a third one. Does anyone out there stream with 3? Maybe I'm being a bit greedy, but I feel like I need 3. But okay, so here we go. Without further ado, let's begin. Well, because SeanDon is such a special friend here, and I'm always inspired by all the dishes we've got going on in the Fish Nook today. I love that he even has this sign for the Fish Nook. So if you're hungry in the middle of the night and you don't have any lights to light your path, you can see the glittering fish sign right here in the hallway. Fish Nook this way. All right, here we go. Riddle me this. I'm smooth and white, yet not ice, not dream. What am I? Do 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 do. La 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 la. Riddle number 2. One is dark and one is fair. Both will serve you tasty fare. What are we? Da-na-na. Oh my goodness, everybody. It looks like my Logitech has shut down, but I don't know if you can still see me. Can you hear me and see me? I don't know what's going on, but I've had a lot of programs shutting down lately. So I'm just going to go in. I'm so sorry for the technical difficulties. I'm calibrating. Camera off, camera on. It's been shutting itself off. My camera's been shutting itself off. Can you guys see me? Can you guys see me? I hope you can see me. Okay, now I hope that my feed hasn't gone down. It still tells me that I'm streaming, but OBS has lied to me before. Hopefully you guys can see me and the show is still live. I hope so. I hope so. Okay, one is dark, one is fair. Both will serve you tasty fare. What are we? Banana, 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 ta-da. Riddle number 3. I am a sauce that is easier to pour than say. What am I? Do 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 do. Riddle number 4. I am a girl's name and a fortified wine. His name shows up in a lot of songs too. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Riddle number 5. I clean fish tanks with style and grace, with candy stripes all over my face. What am I? I don't know. Da 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 da. dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Riddle number 6. On morning toast, I'm quite a treat. I melt in a pan or on a seat. What am I? Dun, 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 dun. Riddle number 7. I'm white, powdery, and used in baking. What am I? Huh? Huh? Riddle number 8. What liquid makes dough sticky and smooth? Pew, 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 pew. They missed us. All right. Riddle number 9. Squeeze me for juice or use me for a twist. I'm good in a drink, never to be missed. What am I? They talking about you? Talking about me? What? No. What? Huh? What? Riddle number 10. I'm not a pepper, but I pack a rust-colored punch. What am I? All right. All right, SeanDon, I think it's time we let them know what's up. So let's find out how many of these riddles you were able to solve. In riddle number 1, I'm smooth and white, yet not ice, not dream. What am I? Heavy cream, and we'll need a half a cup. In riddle number 2, one is dark and one is fair. Both will serve you tasty fare. What are we? Salt and pepper, sprinkled to taste. Riddle number 3, I'm a sauce that is easier to pour than to say. What am I? Worcestershire sauce. Splash it on as you like. Riddle number 4, I'm a girl's name and a fortified wine. Dun, 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 dun. Sherry. Oh, Sherry. Again, splash to your heart's desire. Or skip it if you need to, and that's fine. Riddle number 5. I clean fish tanks with style and grace, with candy stripes all over my face. What is this? It's a type of shrimps. You're going to need 1 pound of your favorite shrimps for this recipe. Yay! Riddle number 6. On morning toast, I'm quite a treat. I melt in a pan or on a seat. What am I? We're talking butter, and you'll need a 1/4 cup butter for this recipe. I personally choose unsalted, but it's up to you. Riddle number 7. I'm white, powdery, and used in baking. What am I? All-purpose flour, or your favorite type of flour. A 1/4 cup will do it. In riddle number 8, what liquid makes dough sticky and smooth? It's milk. No torrents involved in this recipe. We're talking the moo-moo kind. Or your favorite milk, as you like. All right. I sometimes use oat milk. The unsweetened variety for this recipe. All right. Now, you need 4 cups of the milk for this recipe. Rule number 9, squeeze me for juice or use me for a twist. I'm good in a drink, never to be missed. What am I? We're going to need some thin lemon slices. Yum. Riddle number 10. I'm not a pepper, but I pack a rust-colored punch. What am I? Paprika, one of my favorites. You can use a smoked paprika if you'd like a more smoky flavor. So Venus, SeanDon, you may wonder, what does this make? It's shrimp bisque soup. It's over here. It's over here in this pot up in the front. That's the shrimp bisque right there. Simmering away. And it's so yummy. Let me get up close. You're gonna take a look at this. That's the one in front of my belly button there. That's the shrimp bisque with the shrimp on top. Yay! Yummy, yum, yum. All right. I hope you're going to really love this recipe. And if you do cook with alcohol, sherry is the suggested for this particular recipe. And I hope you're going to love it. SeanDon told me he's in for the alcohol in cooking for the flavors. To prepare the shrimp bisque, you're going to cook the shrimp first. Remove its shells. Make sure you clean it out. Force the shrimps through a food chopper or whirl them in a blender. Then you're going to melt the butter and stir in the flour a little bit at a time. And then you're going to add the milk and you're going to cook, stirring until the broth thickens. Then you're going to put the shrimps inside the broth. You're going to add the cream and the salt, pepper, and Worcestershire sauce to your taste delight. And then also add some sherry to your taste delight. Start with a shot and go from there. Put thin slices of lemon in the warm soup cups or on the plates, and then you add your soup in. Sprinkle lightly with your paprika. Maybe put a cooked shrimp on the top. Float it there just for the impact. And if you want, a little sprig of parsley on top. Right there like that. Just to make it look even more chic and elegant. Yes. This recipe will serve 6 to 8 guests depending on how hungry you are and how big the bowls are. All right. Now, what are we going to serve with the shrimp? I did say this was a dinner feast tonight, and I did mean it. SeanDon, howdy, howdy, how do you like? I came in early and spruced up the kitchen. The little puppers is down there with the dessert. Your seafood, Fish Nook. We've got the shrimp bisque bubbling right there on the front table. You got something else in the back that I've got going on. And all your little ocean treasures are here around your kitchen today. All right, we're getting ready for round 2. SeanDon is here. Let's begin with no further ado. Round 2. Riddle me this. What root vegetable is known for its deep, rich hue? Do 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 do. I love your little shack. Do 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 do. If you look closely, your silver sign of fish is a shimmering too. Yay! I know, isn't it such a cute plushie? We've got another follower here. She just loves the plushies. They give her such a comfort. And I thought, well, you eat calamari. So let's give it a nod. Ooh, we've got the riddle answers coming in. I love foodie riddle games. All right. Riddle number 2. From a fruitful vine I often flow, in many colors rich and slow. Aged in wood, my flavors grow. What am I? Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. All right. Riddle number 3. I'm golden magic, soft embrace. On mashed potatoes, I hit the right place. What am I? Banana, 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 banana. Riddle number 4. What oceanic gem, a bivalve in disguise, glides through the sea with grace? Pew, 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 pew. They missed us. All right. Riddle number 5. One from land and one from sea. We both make your food very tasty. What are we? Do 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 do. Do you love how all your cauldrons are bubbling too? Riddle number 6. I'm churned but not turned, spread but not bread. Oh my, what are we? Dun 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 dun. Pew. All right. SeanDon, it's time to let everyone know, how many foodie riddles were you able to solve for dish number 2? In the first riddle, what root vegetable is known for its deep, rich hue? You were correct, ding, ding, ding. It's beets. I need 3 large beets for this recipe. Now, if you find that your food looking ruby-esque is pudding, you can use golden beets too, but that won't make things very pale. Oh, no, your brain! Riddle number 2. From a fruitful vine I often flow, in many colors rich and slow. Aged in wood my flavors grow. What am I? White wine. Pick a dry white wine for this recipe. You'll need a 1/4 cup. You did say alcohol was okay, but for those of you who want to skip it, you can replace this with Sprite. Or how about the champagne and ginger ales? Canada Dry. All right. Riddle number 3. I'm golden magic soft embrace. On mashed potatoes, I hit the right place. What am I? Ding, ding, ding. I saw the answer in the comments. It's butter. Now, I'm going to choose unsalted butter for me, but it's up to you. Most people like salted butter. Cord would definitely go with salted butter. You need 4 tablespoons for this recipe. Ooh, that might go with the bisque, actually. I put sherry in that one, but you could substitute. Riddle number 4. What oceanic gem, a bivalve in disguise, glides through the sea with grace? But we had shrimp in our first recipe. This one is scallops. We need 12 large scallops for this recipe. I can't wait till you see this. I hope you try these recipes for real and let me know in the comments if you enjoyed. Now, riddle number 5. One from land and one from sea. We both make your food very tasty. What are we? Sea salt and ground white pepper to taste. Sprinkle as you like it. Don't get too close or you'll sneeze. Achoo! Riddle number 6. I'm churned but not turned. Spread but not bread. Oh my! What are we? In this case, it's optional, but to make this really silky, you're going to want 1 to 2 tablespoons of cream. I like cream better than milk because it's not sugared water. It's really from the cow. Moo moo, because we don't use Torrens in our recipes, not here on the Horde side. We promised our guild. All right, so SeanDon, Venus, one may query, what does this make? This is a recipe for seared sea scallops with beet puree. I told you this would be an elegant recipe. Let me get up close and I'm going to show you this. Okay, that's the shrimp bisque up on my belly button, but look down here. This is formed, okay, so like if you mold it, that's the beet puree with the scallops to the sides and on top and the melted butter, some parsley thrown on top, you know, to make it look fresh and beautiful. And also it complements the flavors of the many of the recipe ingredients that are already in our shrimp bisque. I hope you will love it. Woohoo! I already want to eat it so bad. Okay. All right. Riddle. Okay. I have to tell you how to make this though. Okay. So to make this scallops on the bed of beet puree, it's fancy. I told you it would be elegant. You thought, you know, I upscaled. You're a Fish Nook. I love your seafood Fish Nook in your Horde House. In our knowing that we can come for an elegant meal over here in my neighbor's house. You know I'm going to be coming for that fake ask for a cup of sugar. I'm going to be, oh, it smells so tasty. Let me in now. Will you feed your neighbor? And you will because you're nice. I know you are. You're so nice. We're all going to eat with SeanDon's family tonight, a.k.a. Rhainman. So thank you, Rhainman's Horde House. All right, now, okay, so to prepare the dish, peel and dice the beets, simmer, or you can roast them until they're very tender. To roast the beets, you're going to place them in an oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 45 minutes or until your fork slides into them without any resistance. Resistance is futile. Cool down the beets, and then you're going to peel them. Then you're going to puree the beets in a food processor or in a blender until they're nice and silky smooth. The more you blend it, the silkier they get. Ah. All right. Now, whisk in 3 tablespoons of butter and set this mixture aside. Now you're going to melt the remaining butter in a hot pan. You're going to cook the scallops in this butter until they're crisp on the outside and just warm on the inside. So of course you're going to make 4 instead of 3 for every person so you can taste test it. Okay, you're going to add 1 tablespoon of cream to the beet puree. You're going to blend it again until it's silky and velvety. You're going to reheat this beet puree and you're going to season it to taste with your salt and pepper. And you're going to mold it into a round in the center of each plate, or mold it with a little like square shape, whatever shape you want. Could be a starfish shape for all. You know, I use big fat tall cookie cutters to mold, but you could pack it with your hands, up to you. Oh, taking pies from the window right now. And then what you're going to do, you're going to pour the melted butter around the beet puree and arrange the 3 scallops to the sides and on the top on each plate. Et voila! A tasty seafood meets the garden masterpiece. To follow the shrimp, look at it again. The shrimp bisque, the sea scallops on beet puree is just so nice. But we need something here. And SeanDon here is holding a nice third dish we're going to serve beside to help break up the flavors on the palate, give some balance to your tummies. Okay, because we realize, SeanDon and I do realize you may be living beings. So we're gonna break it up for you. We're gonna give you something real nice for round number 3. Here we go. Yum, yum, yum. What are we gonna serve alongside? You're gonna find out right now. Here comes round 3. Riddle me this. Why shouldn't you tell a secret in the garden? Da-na-na-na. Da-na-na. 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 Ta-da! Riddle number 2. What has a hard shell but a soft heart? Ooh. Pew, 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 pew. I just love that one. I just love that one. Okay. Riddle number 3. I'm yellow, but not a banana. I'm creamy and spread on bread. What am I? Do 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 do. All right. Last but not least. Ooh, I see some ideas coming out. All right. Riddle number 4. I am the liquid state of steam. What am I? Psst, dun, 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 dun. Psst, dun, dun, banana. Psst, dun, 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 dun. I can't sing it or you'll know what it is. All right. That's enough. We know we're hungry. We know we want to get right to it. So let's get to it. For dish number 3 on our fish feast in Rhainman's Fish Nook, here we go. Let's solve it. Let's tell them. Let's find out how many foodie riddles you could solve. In riddle number 1, why shouldn't you tell a secret while you're standing in a garden? Because the potatoes have eyes, corn have ears, and the green beans stalk. Bad. I guess a bad dad joke. I don't know. What you're gonna need here are 1 pound of green beans, frozen or fresh. It doesn't matter. But if they're frozen, just follow the directions to bring them back to room temperature. All right. Riddle number 2. What has a hard shell but a soft heart? Almonds. And you're going to need a 1/4 cup of slivered almonds for this recipe. But I will say I get where you're thinking of the tiny little clams. Which, you know what? If you want to go for the triple, for the hat trick here, SeanDon, let's tell people, go to the dollar store, you can buy that tiny little can of little mini clams, follow the directions to make sure they're cooked and you're safe, wash them off nice, and throw them in on this too, as instead of croutons. Yeah. Clams of the land. I love it. You can have both. Why not? In fact, I'm going to write it. I'm just going to make a little note. I'm going to put it optional. The mini clams on top from SeanDon, because this is a collaboration, and I'll have to adjust my episode details later. SeanDon, it might take me a day just to say, because you've now added to the recipe, and now we've got 3 in a row from the sea dishes here. Okay, so basically, SeanDon, Venus. What does this make? Oh, wait, we didn't do the last one. Okay, hang on. We're getting there. So slivered almonds. But I see why you would have thought mini clams, because it does look like that in the picture. It does look like that from here. I get it. We're going to use them too. We're going to put them both in, and I've already written it into the recipe. So it's going to be our collab now. Riddle number 3, I'm yellow but not a banana. I'm creamy and spread on bread. What am I? I know you said this before. A 1/4 cup of butter. I again prefer unsalted, but in this case, whenever my grandmother would steam green beans, I loved it with white vinegar and salt, and that was it. I loved it. But I would say if you have heart pressure issues, blood pressure issues, just watch the salt. Go for the unsalted butter. It's okay. You just need to be, a little bit wet. A little bit wet is good. She said, okay, anyways. Riddle number 4. I am the liquid state of steam. What am I? You said it. Ding, ding, ding. It's water. You need 1 pot full of water, enough to blanch the green beans. And of course, the optional mini clams. A treasure of the sea. So Venus, SeanDon, what does this recipe make? Yeah, but I'll tell you, butter is better for your body than margarine because we can process butter and real sugar better than we can process their substitutes. The substitutes stay in our bodies a lot longer, so when you're thinking of getting through your system, your body can digest these the originals. So I only cook and bake with the original stuff. And I just limit where I can. Like, I don't add salt usually to stuff. Once in a while, I'll watch it. But I'll do unsalted butter if I know I'm going to be adding salt somewhere else in it. Yeah. And to be fair, I mean, shrimp are going to be higher in salt value. So will the clams or the mussels if you're using the scallops, because they're from the ocean, which is salt water. Yay. All right. But that's okay. That's okay. That's where they come from. So it's going to be there, and that's okay. Now, what is this? It's called green beans with almonds and mini clams. Is there another word for the mini clams, or are they just mini clams? I'm going to do, this is a SeanDon collab idea. Okay. And I already cleared with you that you were okay if I featured things that had alcohol. So we're doing great. We're doing great, everybody. You could do a wine vinegar on this if you wanted to do 3 different kinds of, but no, let's not. Let's not go there. We're not. We don't need it. Okay, here's how to prepare the green beans with almonds and mini clams. Yeah, I call them mini clams too. Everyone will understand. They're like the size of like a 1/2 inch long. They're like a centimeter long, 1/3 of an inch. All right. To prepare this recipe, you're going to cook 1 pound of fresh or 2 packaged frozen green beans until they're tender. You're going to lightly brown a 1/4 cup of slivered almonds in a 1/4 cup of butter and pour this over the beans. You're going to prepare the mini clams if you have to. Just make sure you wash off the fava water from being in the can. Make sure they're clean and then throw them in. Okay. This salad adds a freshness and a crunch and a bright green color, which is very festive, and it feels very like psychologically clean. Giving your palate a break from the creaminess and the soft textures of the shrimp bisque and the beet puree with scallops from the first 2 dishes. But wait. What will we serve after this delicious seafood feast? Because SeanDon is not only a follower and community member, he is a guildie, a really giving guildie. And we can't leave you hanging. And look over here at what we got. Look over here. The Puppers is guarding it. We got some fresh berries. We cut it in half and added whipped cream, to be honest, but there's something coming for dessert, and it's not going to be a lemon sorbet this time. Nuh-uh, that was for the other meal. This time, let's go. It is something that will balance. It's not going to be too sweet, but considering that it's following an act of shrimp bisque with sherry and the puree with the, what do we call it, a white wine with the scallops, this is going to be great. This is going to balance, and your tummy is not going to revolt on you, which, of course, is very important for all our humans out there, because they're going to eat like the Horde. No portals required after tonight. All right. Here we go, everybody. Here we go. So, find out now. Here comes the bonus round, because SeanDon deserves a bonus round. Rhainman, let's go. Riddle me this. I hold ingredients together in baking. What am I? It's a binder in baking. What is it? Do 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 do. La 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 la. Riddle number 2. I'm white as snow, but melt in the heat. I make cakes sweet and cookies a treat. What am I? I'm a crystal, sweet crystal. What am I? Riddle number 3. I create structure through chemistry. What in baking am I? Din-na-na, 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 din-na. Riddle number 4. What ingredient makes cakes fluffy when you don't have yeast? Oh, good. Da-na-na. Pew, 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 pew. I love to see all the answers to our foodie riddles coming in on the live feed. It's great. When you don't have yeast, what's the other one? Why do we have that other one when we don't use yeast? All right. Riddle number 4. Oh, wait. Riddle number 5. I'm white crystals found in pillars used to preserve meat and punish people from the Old Testament. What am I? I know that I make it sound so much more happier and it's so much more serious in the movies, but I do mix these fan fictions ever since my first week of streaming. Okay, I need a song. I can't think of any songs when it's time to hum songs. What? What? Um, um, Doom 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 doom. If you know Pumbaa Pumbaa, if you're French Canadian, you'll know this one. Except you'd be expecting to see skeletons right now. But you got an undead and an undead dead knight. So I mean, we're as close as you're gonna get. Pumbaa 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 Pumbaa. Okay, we're good. We're good. Riddle number 6. I am the liquid state of ice. Frost Death Knights maneuver me all the time. What am I? Dun 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 dun. I'm so sorry. That's the sound effects budget we have. Riddle number 7. What adds flavor in dark droplets? La 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 la. Riddle number 8. Use me to juice or get a citrus squirt. I make sure your hands won't hurt. I said that with a straight face, too. What am I? Riddle number 9. I am a fruit, bright and sour, often picked before the hour, with a zest that's quite divine. Tell me, reader, what am I? I guess he was really tired because twice today in this round I wrote 2 riddles for the same one thing. That's okay. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. La 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 la. I'm so sorry. Okay. Riddle number 10, almost done. I'm a byproduct of wine, and I help stabilize Play-Doh. What edible object am I? I need a song. Riddle number 11. What sweet powder makes things snowy sweet? Pew! 11, 12. It has 12. It has 12. Riddle number 12. I'm a red jewel in the garden, small and round. What am I? Do, 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 do. It's a very important recipe. Do, 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 Never leave you hanging. You deserve it, guildie. It's a great taste with all these foods. We got the hat trick of all the meals that have shrimps and scallops and mini clams, sherry and white wine, and possibly white wine vinegar. and water. Oh. All right, we've got a lot of possible answers on the board. Let's get to it. Let's find out about this here recipe that SeanDon's staring at in his Fish Nook. But it's kind of like in front of the Fish Nook sign, so the doggo is guarding it so nobody can swipe it from your kitchen. We're gonna eat that later for sures. For sures. Okay. I love how the cauldrons are bubbling. I just want to point that out one more time. All right. Oh, we'll do that. We'll do that. The mind's eye is red. All right, everyone, it is time for the bonus round. What are we going to follow in this beautiful seafood feast this evening? In rule number 1, I hold ingredients together in baking. What am I? Eggs. You were right. Ding, ding, ding. You'll need 6 eggs for this recipe. You're going to separate them. Just put the yolks in one bowl and the whites in the other, just for now. Riddle number 2, I'm white as snow, but melt in the heat. I make cakes sweet and cookies a treat. What am I? The sweet crystal thing? It is, you were right, ding, 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 sugar. So we need 1 1/4 cups granulated sugar for this recipe. Riddle number 3, I create structure through chemistry. What am I? In baking, we're talking flour. And you need 1 1/2 cups of sifted cake flour for this recipe. Don't forget to sift it so there's no chunks, because that'd be gross. Riddle number 4. What ingredient makes cakes fluffy when you're not using yeast? It's baking powder. That's what baking powder's for, to make it all fluffy. You'll need 1 teaspoon. Riddle number 5. Imoy crystals found in pillars used to preserve meats and punish people in the Old Testament. Lot's wife, the pillar of salt. You need a 1/2 teaspoon salt for this recipe. Riddle number 6. I am the liquid state of ice. What am I? Yes, you were right. Ding, ding, ding. You need cold water, and you'll need 1/3 cup cold water for this recipe. Riddle number 7. What adds flavor in dark droplets? Bloop, bloop, bloop. It is vanilla extract. You'll need 1 teaspoon. Please don't overdo it. I know a lot of bakers out there will overflow their spoon on purpose and say oops, but in this case, please don't overdo it. It could dry it out. You need just 1 teaspoon vanilla extract. Riddle number 8. Use me to juice or get a citrus squirt. Oh, we're talking cooking. Get your dirty minds out of our kitchen. Even though I was going to say my kitchen, but we're in. You get out of SeanDon's kitchen with that dirty mind. Come back later. All right. I make sure your hands won't hurt. What am I? I think I saw you write about it. The lemon. You need 1 teaspoon lemon extract. Now, let me tell you, you can substitute instead of lemon and use orange extract if you would like to switch out. But I would use lemon for this one just because we've had the seafood and our shrimp bisque is served with lemon slices. So I'd want to carry that flavor forward through the fish dishes into the dessert. The lemon is part of like what brings the whole thing together. All right. Plus a slice of lemon on a nice glass of water with this meal would be great too, so you're not completely spinning when we send you home. All right. Now, okay, we did that. Okay, so rule number 9. We need basically 1 teaspoon lemon extract or juice of lemon. There you go. Riddle number 9. I am a fruit bright and sour, often picked before the hour, with a zest that's quite divine. Tell me, reader, what am I? Okay, that yellow citrus fruit that's shaped like a football. Again, lemon, but in this case, it's the lemon rind to make the zest. So if you don't know what lemon zest is, you take a grater and you just like grate off the outside edge of the rind or skin of the lemon just to take the yellow off. And that yellow gives quite a nice flavor and aroma to the cooking. And you're going to want it in this beautiful dessert. And you're going to need 1 teaspoon grated lemon rind. Now, if instead you opt to replace the lemon with orange, which you can do, then you use the zest of the orange peel instead of the lemon peel. Just keep it all consistent. You need, now, if you want more of a lemony punch, you use a tablespoon. So from a teaspoon to a tablespoon, depending on how much you love the lemon and how prominent you want that to smell and to taste. 1 teaspoon would be modest. A tablespoon is a lot. You're going to get a good, powerful lemony punch. Now, riddle number 10. I'm a byproduct of making wine, and I help stabilize Play-Doh, keeping it smooth and keeping it from cracking. What am I? It's edible. It's cream of tartar. And you need a half teaspoon cream of tartar for this recipe. Riddle number 11. What sweet powder makes things snowy sweet? And you said it correctly. It's the confectioner's sugar, that powdery, snowy sugar that people drop all over cakes instead of icing, and they drop it on like gingerbread house. Look like it snowed on the gingerbread house. Confectioners, that super fine powder sugar. Riddle number 12. I'm a red jewel in the garden, small and round. What am I? You are right. Ding, ding, ding. Raspberries. Now, if you're not into raspberries, you can use strawberries, but I personally loved making raspberry puddings and lining it with bananas, or making banana puddings, lining it with raspberries. In this case, with the vanilla and the lemon, the raspberries are just so nice. Now, I know you could opt for strawberries and even throw a tiny pinch of black pepper on the strawberries, but I wouldn't do it here. I would, because of what we're serving in this lovely, lovely meal, all this stuff, I would stick with the lemons, honestly, in this beautiful sponge. But if you want to mix raspberries and strawberries together, it's going to come really nicely. It'll be nice and fresh. And then you got lots of colors on your table too. It's just going to be so nice. So, SeanDon, Venus, you may ask us, what does this make? It's a lemony sponge cake, if you couldn't guess already. And it's so delicious. And if you look at the one on our table here, once you make this sponge cake, you can cut it in half, fill it with whipped cream in the middle and some more berries, and throw berries on top, and then put the confectioner's sugar on top of that. But I'm skipping ahead because I'm so excited. Here's how you make the actual sponge cake to serve with this fabulous seafood Fish Nook SeanDon's Horde House. I just love it. With a D. That's with a D. You beat the egg yolks until they're very thick and lemon colored. Gradually add your sugar a bit at a time while you keep beating constantly. Add the sifted flour a bit at a time so you can fully combine it. Then your baking powder and your salt. Alternatively with some water, a little bit splash at a time. Your flavorings and the zest or the rind. And you're going to blend it all lightly together. Then separately you're going to beat the egg whites with the cream of tartar until it's stiff. Kind of like making a meringue, but not dry. Gradually and gently fold the egg yolk mixture into the beaten whites mixture. Then you're going to pour it into an ungreased tube pan. You're going to bake in a slow oven at 325 degrees Fahrenheit for about an hour. Then you're going to turn the pan upside down, the tube over the neck or the funnel or a bottle, so that you're kind of like making a sort of hole down the middle. If you have a bundt cake pan, use the bundt cake pan, and then the hole's already there. You don't have to mess with any bottles and extra hands. Okay, then you're going to put it on a serving plate. You have to make sure that it's cooled down before you dust it with some confectioner's sugar. You have to make sure it's completely cooled down, no skipping steps. If you're going to cut it in half, add the whipped cream in the middle, or it's just going to melt. And then dust it with the icing sugar on top with all your extra berries. So it's a nice, refreshing treat. It really complements all the seafood dishes and their ingredients. It's nice and light on your stomach. You can just have a really warming, fabulously aromatic kitchen, fabulously aromatic meal. It's going to look good. It's going to look festive. It's going to taste great. It's going to smell great. It's going to be absolutely yummy in your tummy. I want to cook it right now. I am this weekend. Okay, SeanDon, I want to know what you think. And now we're going to put your brand on our green bean slivered almond mini mussel salad. So we've got actually 3 out of 4 dishes. Now, do you want to get clever and add seafood somehow into the dessert? I don't think you should need to. And because you've got sherry in one recipe and white wine in another recipe, you could always complement with the white wine vinegar, or have a little snifter of sherry at the end of the meal with your dessert. Or sometimes what I do with a cake, instead of putting whipped cream on it, I will just cut the slice and then pour a little shot of the sherry that carries forward from the shrimp bisque or the white wine into the cake itself, so the cake is not dry. So if you made it a little bit dry, you put that on. And then let that like soak in. Because you know, when I was a kid, anything like that came from the pastry shop. There used to be no laws about this, and cakes were soaked through with rum. They were dripping with alcohol, and they were so yummy. And as a child, I snuck a couple of those, and I'm so upset that they switched it all to like extracts. But admittedly, if I want to do like a rum ball, I'll use an extract. And then the fresh berries. And with the fresh berries and the fresh greens, and the nuts, you got the crunch and all the seafood. You've got a nicely balanced meal. A nice, warm, and cozy meal. And then, SeanDon, what would you recommend? With a good book, with a Netflix and chill after all this? To the hammock in the garden? You got quite a lovely garden too, everybody. If you haven't seen it on my when I'm playing WoW. Got quite a lovely garden to take in that little snifter brandy at the very, very end of the day, or some white wine, if you're a white wine drinker, to go with all the beautiful seafood. And if not, if you like me, a big old glass of water with some lemon or some tea with real lemon will still complement all the lovely dishes that we're having tonight. I'm going to come up one more time and show you. We're going to put it all together here with the dessert, all 4 pieces. Sorry about the green, doesn't carry over very well with my green screen, but here it is. This is eating in SeanDon's Seafood Nook in his Horde House with a D. You're going to do a Venus drawing video and then fall asleep. Oh, thank you so much, SeanDon, aka Rhainman. That's so sweet of you. And I hope you and the fam will actually venture through eating in Azeroth, no portals required, and let me know if you liked it, or if you experimented and personalized it anyway, and then I can update the recipes next time around. All right, everybody, we're just gonna back up just a little so you can see one last look of the Seafood Nook. Here's SeanDon coming out, meaning all business with his scythe to get you the best seafood around our neighborhood. From our ocean side, we have an ocean beside our neighborhood. And the bubbling brews, the bubbling pots, and the little plushie. I love the plushie. And the murloc here. So we're all about our murloc drops on the Twitch side. And I love the Pupper's Garden. I don't know if you wanted to go with a kitty or a Puppers, but I figured since it's on fire and you can send the rain of fire down, that it was all pretty. That would be okay. Either that, I was gonna go with a little baby orange kitten, but I like this cinder pup, so I thought you might have a cinder pup of your own. Yay! All right. Well, before the candles get too low and the wax starts to drip into our bisque, I'm gonna wish everyone a wonderful night. SeanDon, thank you for being here live to host the episode. Everyone, this is how we eat in our houses. This is how we eat in our neighborhood. I hope you get a chance to try it out and let us know. Thank you so much, SeanDon. And if you do end up building another kitchen or a bar scene or a kitchenette, or you want to have a special tea time out in your garden, I saw in your gazebo that it looks like there's a bunch you got some wine bottles out there. We'll have another show. And I know DMAC would love to know about your wines. Maybe I'm going to ship like you and DMAC around the wines and talk about just baking with the wines or the champagnes, whatever's out there. You're going to have to tell me later what years do you have out there in sommelier Rhainman? All right, everyone. That's it for me. SeanDon, are you going to be in WoW tonight? Or are you taking a break? Do afternoon wine in the garden. Oh, I feel another episode coming on. I've also written some more episodes of other kinds, but I'm just feeling so inspired by everyone's gardens, and eventually I'll use my own. Eventually. All right. Well, I'm going to wish you all a wonderful night. Thanks for being here with me and SeanDon. If you're watching asynchronously, please let us know in the comments how you liked our recipes. And I hope you all try it. And I'm going to be going offline for about 10 minutes to powder my nose. And then I'll catch you all in the next stream, because if SeanDon's heading to the neighborhood, I might as well. I'll see you soon. See you next time. This is Venus Callida. Thank you for coming out here and joining me and SeanDon Seafood Fish Nook in his Horde House. WoW inspired Eden and Azeroth, no portals are required for all you humans. Just play our foodie riddle game and have some fun. Until next time, I'm Callida, and this is SeanDon. Bye, everybody. Bye, SeanDon. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you next time. Bye. As soon as I see the button to end.